The world's leading security teams trust Tines to automate their mission-critical processes, making them more efficient and effective. With Tines, using data stored in Snowflake as part of your automated response and alerting activities is easy. At the heart of everything we do is the principle that any manual process, whether it relates to security, HR, operations, or another IT team, can be broken down and automated using just 7 action types. It doesn't matter what you're building, how complicated it is, or what software you're interacting with. Let's say I have a story which receives alerts from a security tool in my stack via this webhook action. Unfortunately, the alerts don't contain the information I need to reliably determine if the alert represents a real threat. To do that, I need to enrich it with context from data stored in Snowflake. The data I want to query is in the Security DB database and in the table Threat Intel. In Tines, we always use the HTTP request action to interact with other tools like Snowflake. I'm going to use a public template to query Snowflake. I'll drag it onto the storyboard and connect it to the webhook action. Let's take a closer look at how this action is configured. First thing we'll see is that the URL is SQL over HTTP. This is a small service that runs in every Tines tenant and allows user to run SQL queries using the HTTP protocol. The remaining configuration tells Tines how it should communicate with Snowflake. I'll configure my action to connect to the Security DB database and use the same query I'd use from inside the Snowflake user interface. The one difference is, of course, that the IP address I want to search needs to come from the incoming security alert. So I'll delete this hard-coded value and enter the location of the IP address path from the incoming event. I can make sure it works as expected by dry running the action. Now, when I receive an alert, I'll enrich it with data from Snowflake and I can take any action I want. Using Tines with Snowflake dramatically increases the accessibility and value of the data in my warehouses. With Tines and Snowflake, powerful automation is made simple.